Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Revolution Formula One. Here today for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix in Division 2, where the title can be wrapped up. Five Crown only needs to score 7 points more than Bonch, and he will be confirmed champion just one round before the end. If he fails to do so, then it will carry on all the way to the season finale, which, from a spectator point of view, is exactly what we want. But without further ado, let's get over to qualifying. And you see the cars are already out on track. Five Crown championship leader. He's got a pretty good chance of sealing it today. Like I said before, only needs 7 more points over Bonch. And that'll be it. It'll be over and he will be champion. Short qualifying today, only 13 drivers. Yeah, not enough for a full quali session. So we'll have all of the qualifying action packed into just 18 minutes. Just watching with 5 as he comes around the penultimate corner. He's going to start his flying lap. We'll ride on board with him. He is on a soft tyre. I can see Bonch on the left hand side is on the medium, so he's going to go for some sort of alternate strategy. Doesn't tend to work that well in Imola, so we'll see if he can, well, without a safety car it doesn't tend to work that well, so we'll see how well he can do. If he does stick with that medium tyre to qualify on, especially considering how low down the pack he will qualify. Five Crown a bit cautious through turn 1, but it's only a banker lap, so not the end of the world. Approaching Imola, the hardest corner, and it's so easy, so easy to spin on the exit just here. To be so cautious, as you can see the oversteer that Five Crown just got is so easy to spin. It's more of a 50-50 if you're actually going to spin or not. You know, there's not much you can really do. So D-Reek goes, I'm going to say that as D-Reek, goes quickest with a 118.2. I'm sure that's definitely not the quickest time we'll see today. So yeah, still sticking with 5 as he comes towards the end of his lap. Hugging all the way to the right hand side, and he will set a lap time of a 116.4. So that's the first of the more competitive lap times we'll see in this session. Switch to the other driver, Nicholas. He is unvalidated, but he won't be setting a lap time. We'll move over to Teddy Ruxpin. I believe he is on a lap. No, he's definitely not. See who else is trying to set a flyer. Rabamiro, he is on the medium tyre currently. Yeah, there we go. He's on the medium tyre currently, so he's looking to do that alternate strategy. Sounds like a camera. Okay, Pog. Not too sure what that is. Well, I'm not sure what that could be. Hang on. Has that fixed it? Let me know if that's fixed it. Yeah, let me know if that's fixed it. It should be better now. I know what's causing it. Shouldn't be an echo anymore. Yeah, okay. Cool. So going back to Rabamiro on the end of his lap on the medium tyre. He's going to set 116.2, goes quickest, in fact. 2 attempts ahead of 5 Crown, so probably not the best lap time from 5 Crown as Nicholas topples that with a 116 flat, 2 attempts ahead of Rabbit. He's on the softs. That's cool, it is fixed. Alright, it's because I had the desktop audio on as well, so that's fixed now. Bonge is sticking to the medium tyre, so he's going to stick with that alternate strategy. Bit risky to do run Imola, but you never know. Could be some sort of safety car or anything. Anything like that. See Ronin, he's starting a flying lap. He is on the medium tyre. We'll ride on board with him into turn 1. It's slightly deep, that's not ideal, but keep going. Only a banker. In the early parts of the session, it's a little bit strange to see the medium runners coming out so early, considering the track is not. It is top speed. If you are going to commit to the alternate strategy on the mediums, you know you want to do your lap a little bit later on in the session, where there's a bit more grip. So these guys taking that risk. Waiting to see this corner pick up its first victim. And I'm sure there'll be at least one today. Whether it's now or in the race, I'm not sure. Ronan got a bit of a slide. Oh well, on entrance and on exit of that really, really tough chicane. You do have to just ignore the curbs and launch yourself over them to be quick. He would have lost a bit of time there, but he's coming out the last corner now. Didn't look too bad from there, so DRS enabled to the right hand side, and that's a 116.3. That puts him in third position, just a tenth behind the other medium runner of Rapid Mirror. I know Bonch is going to be on a flying up at the moment. Right on board with him. Again, also on the mediums, committing to that alternate strat. Taking it quite well though, so if you can keep it clean, then I'm sure this will be challenging for the quickest medium time of the day. Cool, gets a bit of oversteer on exit. I think he a bit too trigger happy on the throttle, but he kept it in a straight line. Not too much time lost there, I don't think. Coming across the line. And he's going to set a 1:16.2. Yeah, that is, as I thought, quickest of the medium runners. Not by much. About just under half a tenth in it between himself and Rabbit. And 2 tenths off Nicholas. But not too shabby of a lap time there from Bonch. I think that will be it for the first round of lap times. I know, yeah, Ronan's going to be on an in-lap, save for Bonch, as he's just finished his fly. And everyone else in the pit. So, first round of laps put in for everyone apart from Quenheimer and Ruxian. So, oh, and Ronan, he's going to go again, so I stand corrected. Ronan is going to go again. He's going to try and set a second lap time on those mediums. He's obviously got enough fuel for another one. So we'll stick with him. Through turn 1 he goes. Not as deep as he went last time, but he does take a lot more curve. That will affect your exit, but did look a bit better than what he did last time. Let's have a look at that split time. Is he up? Yeah, by half a tenth in sector 1 he is up. He doesn't need much to jump Rabbit or Bonge, only needs a tenth. So he'll be looking to get that. He's halfway done in sector 1, just got to find those tiny little bits of time in each corner. He takes a lot of curve on the inside there, that was brave. I keep saying how easy it is to spin there, how easy it is to lose the rear, even without putting throttle on. I'll just put it on Do Not Disturb, sorry for forgetting that. Through the last couple of corners for TRC Ronan. Didn't quite catch his split time there for sector 2, so we'll see if he's improving or not. Coming across the line, he's going to set a 1:15.7, so we're into the 1:15s, and that's a really good lap on the medium tyre for Ronan. He goes quickest overall. A really, really good job there from him. 3 tenths up on Nicholas's time. I did think it looked quite tidy, and obviously it was. Big improvement for Ronan. Someone who does have the pace to win a championship, but it just hasn't gone his way this season. He is out of the running at the moment. It is a 2-horse fight between Bonge and 5 Crown. 7 points was all 5 Crown needs. After he did get a 5-second time penalty, it should have been, well, it would have been 1 point is all he needed to score more than Bonge. And that 5-second time penalty took away the win. Took away the win from 5, and now he has to score 7 more than Bonge, so a little bit more tricky than he would have liked. 5-second penalty for blocking and qualifying, that's what 5 Crown got it for. I believe one of these two guys will be on a lap. Tado is the one who's furthest along, so we'll run on board with him going through the chicane on the soft tyre. It's like he didn't take as much curve as what you'd normally would, so through there, so a bit of time lost, but see if he can claw it back in these last couple of corners. Coming across the line now with DRS open. He's going to set a 117.3, a 10th up from his previous best, so he goes P7. And now we'll look to non-right Loki, who's currently 2 temps up on his time. See if he can... 2 temps down on his time, apologies. See if he can claw anything back. Goes a bit deep there. Not what you want to do. Potentially even more time lost, but he takes the last corner quite well. And he's going to come across the line now to set a 117.4, a 4 millisecond improvement. So no positions gained for him, but he did well to claw 2 temps in that last sector. Teddy Ruxpin is just beginning his second flying lap of the day. He's obviously made a mistake because he is doing his previous best with a 120.8, so I'm sure he'll be able to improve if he just sets a clean lap. Once again, I apologise for my Williams camera angle being different. It's something that I'll say I'll fix, and I keep saying I'll fix as Teddy Ruxpin has a trip across the gravel. That's something that's quite easy to do on that corner as well, so you've got to give him some slack. Never got to see if he's improving on his time or not, but he should have the fuel to go again. So because of that, we'll switch to Bonge, who is currently on his second flyer on the same set of mediums. So what he could do through Sector 1. Looks like a decent line through there. Is he improving? He's the best part of 3 temps up on his time, so this is like, it could be a pretty nice lap time for Bonge, as he's going to try and challenge for pole position on the medium tyre. Oh, as he goes wide, and he invalidates. He will have the fuel to go again, I assume, but that is a shame. He was probably about 3 temps up there, as Fanners says that Teddy was blocked on it. Okay. So that explains Teddy's slower lap time. He was blocked on his first flying lap. But he will go again. He obviously had the fuel. And he's going to try again. Got to be careful though for Teddy, as second flying lap on those set of tyres. So there'll be a little bit more worn than he would like if he doesn't improve again on a different set of tyres, which doesn't look likely considering there's only 4.5 minutes left of the session. Looking for Teddy Ruxpin's first sector time, see if he is improving or not. Yes, he is. He's 3 temps up on his time, as you'd probably expect. Now, I'm not sure where he got blocked, so I'm not sure where he's going to gain the time. The majority of the time anyway, so I'm sure we'll see. I'm sure we'll find out in his next sector split. Approaching Aqua Minerale, hardest corner on the track. So easy to spin, but he keeps it in a straight line. Looking pretty tidy there for Teddy Ruxpin. He's improved so much over the season. He's been doing such a great job. Bit cautious through the chicane. He has gone wide. Does somehow keep it valid. We'll gloss over that one. But yeah. Coming into the last couple of corners. Let's see what he can do. Oh, as he invalidates right on the last corner. And yeah, he's going to come into the pits. Goes round the bollard, but again, we'll just pass over that. D-Reek, sorry, he's invalidated and he was down on his time anyway, so that doesn't matter. We'll slip to Bonge, who I know will be on a flying lap. No, he's not actually. He's backed out again. So whether he's going to come into the pits or not, I'm not sure. Looked like quite a good lap from Teddy, so it's a shame for him to invalidate on the last corner. But I think, yeah, he will definitely have the time to go again on another set, if he would like. So Ruxian goes P3 with a 116.1, just a temp shy of Nicholas. Orlin still untouched at the top with a 15.7. If I just show you the best tyre, look, he's on the mediums. He's gone quickest on the medium tyre, so good, really good job there from Ronan. 5 Crown is looking to set another flying lap. He needs to improve on his P6. He, ideally for him, needs to get ahead of Bonge. Again, 7 points more than Bonge is all he needs to score. Just needs to outscore Bonge by 7 points. So whether he finishes first or Bonge finishes second or whatever, that's how he's got to do it. He's currently almost 3 temps up on his time, which alone will be enough to bump him up ahead of Bonge, which is what he wants, considering he is on the soft tyres. And Bonge on the mediums, a bit cautious through there, not carried as much speed as you normally would. Bit of time lost. See if he keeps it in a straight line for Ackland and Riley. Just a bit of snap of oversteer there. Lost the rear end, but can't really blame him for that. Into the chicane. Takes that a lot better than he did before. That's probably a lot of time gained there on exit. As Sorel Apollo has crashed, he's retired from the session. There's no one near him at the moment, so I can't see what happened. And I'd much rather stick on board with 5 Crown. So he's going to come out the last corner now, and this will be it for him. So this will be his last flying lap. He keeps it valid, and he's going to come across the line, DRS enabled, and he's going to set a 1:16.1. He did lose a bit of time through Sector 2 and Sector 3, so he's P4, just one position ahead of Bonge, and only 1/10 clear, even when he is on the softs. Just under half a tenth shy of Ruxian, unfortunately for him. So we'll switch to Ruxian, the man he was just shy of, who's a 9 milliseconds up in Sector 1, looking to claw a bit more in the next 2 sectors. Looks like, yeah, he carried a lot more speed there than 5 Crown did, so I reckon he's going to make up a decent amount of time. He takes that really well. Keeps it in a straight liner. Is he going to get a slipstream from the Williams ahead? He's probably a bit distracting following through the chicane like that. I would hope that this Williams is going to get out of the way. Unless he's on a lap, which is fair enough, but I don't... Yeah, I think it's Bonge. It is Bonge. Maybe he's on a lap. No, he's on an outlap, we're getting his lap, but the gap was pretty much big enough. Might have been a bit distracting for Ruxian, but nothing too bad. As he was so close to pole. He's 7 milliseconds off pole position of running, so that's unfortunate. But we've also got to remember running on the medium tyres is 5 Crown. The 5 Crown goes quickest. Look how close those times are with a 1:15.7 as well. The top 3 all within a tenth, all within half a tenth, in fact. Wow. So 5 Crown is on provisional pole position. Ronin's going to look to do something about it. No, he can't. He was down on his time, and he's going to come into the pit, so Ronin won't be able to challenge it. Ruxian won't be able to challenge it. Anyone else on a lap? Bonge is 3.5 tenths up through Sector 2, so he's looking to improve on his current position. He needs another 3 tenths to challenge for pole position. He's on the soft, so he has changed his mind. Probably for the best, in my opinion, as it is about a safety car or anything like that. The fastest strategy. But he has to do a good lap time here. He has to get onto pole. He has to beat 5 Crown. Remember that 7 points more is all 5 Crown needs to score over Bonge. He just needs to score 7 points more than Bonge. Coming around the last couple of corners, this is going to be a really important lap time for Bonge. Has he improved any more on his lap time? Coming through the last corner, down the main straight, DNS enabled. It is pole position by 6 tenths of a second, in fact. 6 tenths of a second, Bonge is on pole. That was crucial. He had to get that lap time in. He had to get that lap time. So a 1:15.1, and I'm not sure if no one's going to challenge that, I don't believe. Unless 5 Crown is going again, which he isn't. Ruxian, nope, he's not. Anyone else to challenge him? D-Rico, no, he's invalidated. So that is it then for qualifying. Bonge 791 is on pole, and the 2 championship rivals are lining up on the first row of the grid. This could get an interesting into turn 1. Remember, Bonge needs to beat 5 Crown to keep his championship hopes alive. What's a lap there from Bonge? He pulled it out the bag when he needed to. So yeah, that is it. Bonge is on pole position in Imola. Not a man that gets on pole very often in his league racing career, but he's done it exactly when he needed to. Look at that, just under 6.5 tenths clear of P2. But I mean, look at the gaps between second, third, and fourth. All within half a tenth. That is crazy. Especially running a track like Imola where there's so many places to gain time. So you've got Bonge on pole, 5 Crown in P2, TRC running in P3, Ruxian P4, followed by Nicholas, Rabid Mirror, Teddy Ruxpin, Tallow, SRL Apollo, Loki, D-Reek, Paperstream, and Pwenheimer, who unfortunately never got a lap time in. I'm not actually sure if he actually left the pits, so he will be lining up at the very, very back. But yeah, I mean, that is crucial for Bonge. That's exactly what he needed. It's a shame for him that 5 Crown is next to him, but yeah, that was a really, really important pole position. And I have been told it is dry all around, so It is going to be a dry race, just as qualifying was. I mean, look at that, very, very bright. Just got to think about the temperature, so maybe softs might go off a little bit earlier than those runners would want, but it's the same for everyone. Again, I just don't think the alternate strategy, if there isn't some sort of lucky safety car for the medium runners, it just isn't quick around Imola from my experience, so don't believe those guys are going to be challenging the top after they make their pit stop. No waiting around then, we're already starting, just 10 seconds till the formation lap begins. Imola is probably one of my my favourite tracks for the for the turn one, for lap one. It just it's so tight through there. There's only really one racing line. Oh my god, only really one racing line, and yeah, the person on the outside is just going to get shoved onto those curbs, just as Lewis Hamilton did. Look at those yellow curbs. You do not want to be going on there. They will either send you spinning round or just ruin your momentum, and you'll get gobbled up by the pack. Yeah, I'll just sort out these graphics before the race begins. So, there we go. Remove that. You couldn't write this though. So we got the penultimate race of the season, the race where 5 Crown can seal the deal, and both those guys are lining up first and second on the grid. Bonge with the advantage on pole position, but that can soon change if he gets a bad start, and even if he doesn't, there's such a long straight to turn one that 5 Crown will get the launch, or they'll get chuck into the slipstream and challenge him into the first corner. Ronin, I don't think he will be challenging too much, considering he's on the medium tyres. He'll have the disadvantage at the start. Ruxian, however, will be challenging, as he's on the soft tyres right behind him. He will get the advantage off the line. I think in real life it's an extra 2 metres between the softs and mediums off the line. Not sure how well that is recreated in the game, but I know there's definitely some sort of advantage going to be given to Ruxian at the start, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye on him. But now the drivers are lining up. They're quite backed up, apart from the bottom 2 positions of Paperstream and Brenheimer. And now we will wait to see if the game's going to give us a good camera angle, because that one there is pretty poor. Come on, game. There we go. 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5 lights. The lights go out and we're underway. Bonge got a really good start. He instantly moves over to cover 5 Crown. Ruxian, look at that. He's already jumped up to P2. 5 Crown really struggling then. 5 and Ruxian go side by side. 5 backs out, and that allows Nicholas going down up the inside of him. And look at that. I said about the curbs, and 5 Crown spun. That's the worst possible start for 5 Crown. Look at that. He's all the way down to 13th and last position. It's the worst possible start if he wants to seal his championship. He didn't spin, he got a bit of contact made with him. But Bonge leads then from Ruxian, from Nicholas, from Rabid Mirror. Ronin got a little bit gobbled up at the start. Mirror got ahead of him, and he's under pressure from Apollo. I believe there's been a bit of a spinner. Loki has had a couple of positions lost there further down the back. 5 Crown's got back ahead of Brenheimer. Not sure if he had an incident as well, considering they were... Ooh, we got someone losing the rear. I think that was the AlphaTauri of Rabid Mirror. He was losing the rear end. On board now with SRO Apollo, who's looking to challenge on those soft tyres. Gap's already spreading out quite a lot as we've got D-Reek and Ronin going side by side. This is not good for Ronin. And he sweeps around the outside. He's going to get a bad exit, but yeah, he's got the move done. His lights are already flashing. D-Reek has already used his ERS. All of his ERS that he's allowed to use. Non-right Loki and Tado having a bit of a scrap into the last couple of corners. Tado tries to stick it around the outside. That was really late braking from him, but Loki keeps ahead, so Bonge yet across the line. He's already ahead of that. He's already got that 1 second gap that he needs. That is the best possible start for Bonge and the worst possible start for 5 Crown. He's had another spin at the chicane. 5 Crown's around again. He's now a whole pit stop behind, almost a whole pit stop behind Brenheimer. So he needs a safety car or something to get back in this race. That's just going to spice things up even more. I will have to get the championship standings up because I want to see as it stands. So as it stands, Bonge is the championship leader. Bonge has bring it back if it does finish how it is, and 5 does not score. Bonge will take the lead of the championship. But yeah, this has just been a horrible start for 5. I mean, we're on board with him a lot. Apologies for that while I was just trying to get the graphics up, or the championship lead up. And yeah, I mean, that was such a bad start. 5 Crown, he had a bit of contact with Nicholas. Nicholas made a great start. He's up 2 positions. Yeah, just a bit of contact with Nicholas. Don't think it was anyone's fault really. The space was there for 5. I think they just came together. So an unfortunate start for 5. He did get a bad start anyway, and he was gobbled up by the pack, as you tend to get in Imola. I think I've just noticed, is Ruxian running a... I think Ruxian... I only caught a glimpse of it. I think Ruxian's running a special helmet for Imola. Fair play to him. But look at that, 2.3 seconds is the gap. Bonge is flying out front. He was flying and qualifying 6 steps quicker than anyone else. And yeah, you're right, Van, his own teammate took him out. Nicholas 13. I mean, I say take him out, and that's probably not what I should say, considering it wasn't Nicholas's fault from what I saw. So yeah, the 2 Ferraris came together in Imola, in Italy, and yeah, we've got 2 pits then. Teddy Ruxpin and non-right Loki have come into the pits. That promotes 5 Crown up to P11, so he wasn't quite the pit stop behind that I thought he was. Unless Teddy Ruxpin and Loki had some sort of incident and they're both fixing their wing. Let's have a look. I'm not going to be able to see. Not sure if they changed their wing then, but Loki putting the medium tyres on. Same for Teddy. Let me just change the detail to tyre. There we go, yeah, both of them put the mediums on. Papestream, I just want to note, he's in P9, he's on the hards. He started on the hards. So he could be challenging. Ruxian already trying to move out the slipstream of Nicholas, who has DRS enabled. Such a long straight here at Imola. It can catch the car ahead off guard, how quickly the car behind can catch up. But nothing there for Nicholas at the moment. It's a turn 1. Looking further down the pack into P5, the battle for P4. Rabamiro has got a 3-second time penalty, but Apollo's going to look to take that position on track. Struggling a little bit to follow the car ahead, but he will have the DRS. He is on the softer tyre, but he should have that grip advantage. Puenheimer and Papestream having a little bit of a scrap. That's not our usual place for overtaking, so good job for Puenheimer. He is on the softs, but even still. What else is going on? Yeah, Ronin's right on the back of D-Reek. Apollo picks up 3-second time penalty, but yeah, Ronin's on the back of D-Reek. He's looking to make the move, looking to recover after that poor start that he had. So he fell down to P7 from P3, I believe he started, or P4. D-Reek's lights, wow, D-Reek's lights flashing already on lap 4. I mean, Ronin's almost got a full battery, and D-Reek's got less than 10%. Not sure what D-Reek's been using that on, but out of the last corner, Ronin is going to have the DRS enabled, lights flashing at the back of the AlphaTauri, and this should be a pretty straightforward move for Ronin. Yeah, as he just swoops past him with the DRS. I don't think he even used any overtake. Maybe a little bit, but yeah, that was pretty good move as battle for 2nd place. Nicholas has moved up ahead of Ruxy, and he did look quicker. Did the Ferrari. I thought he was a little bit too far back looking at the gap before the last corner, which is why I didn't switch to them. But yeah, Nicholas has got ahead of Ruxy and up to 2nd place. Oh, we've had an incident at the back. We've got a spinner. Puenheimer has spun. He was facing the wrong way, but he's now recovered. Apollo picks up another 3-second time penalty. Oh, it's Nicholas. Has he had an incident? Nicholas has had an incident at Ackerman and Mario. I knew people were going to spin there, and he has. On the exit, I'm assuming he's just spun completely on his own. He's fallen down to P7. That promotes Rabid Mirror up to P3. Apollo up to P4. Ronin up to P5. D-Reek up to P6. And Ruxian, importantly for him, he is up to P2. As Tado and Nicholas loses another position. I think he might have spun again on hot tyres. Now Tado's up to P7. Not a great first 6 laps for the 2 Ferraris. Coming together. 5 Crown spinning off into the gravel, and now Nicholas spinning twice completely on his own. Look at that, 4 seconds a gap now between Bonge and Ruxian. So, without a safety car, Bonge looks like the fastest man on track by far at the moment. It's a really dominant drive so far in only 6 laps. But looking at it, I don't think anyone has DRS on each other. Not a single person on lap 6 has DRS. That's actually quite interesting how much they've spread out, and it's pretty difficult to follow, but I mean, look at the track map, look how spread out they are. Ronin is the closest one to getting DRS. So Apollo has now got 9 seconds of time penalties. He's really struggling as Ronin loses the rear as well. Apollo gained a quad. Oh my goodness! So cutting the corner, I know he got a penalty, but Apollo pulled a good 4 attempts just by cutting the corner. And look at that one, but yeah, he gained so much time. Yeah, you're right, Funky. We do need a safety car. There's literally nothing happening. No one's got DRS. As Bonge has pulled another 9 tenths or so on that lap, and he set another fastest lap. He's 4.9 ahead, almost 5. Yeah, there you go, 5 seconds ahead. He's flying out front. It's a difficult one, Funky, if we need a safety car or not, because that means that Bonge would lose his lead. Bonge would lose his massive time. I'll get back to finishing my sentence. Apollo has hit the wall. Apollo spun completely on his own. He has got wing damage. Thank goodness for ghosting, as he almost collected D-Reek in the AlphaTauri. But yeah, he's now going to have to do pretty much a whole lap on his Apollo with no left front left end plate. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, I don't think we need a safety car thinking in the long run, because I want Bonge to win this race to keep it exciting for the last round. But I think because the gaps are so large and there's not much going on, I probably should take the time to say that if you are a Sky Q or a Sky Glass customer, you can check out lap 1 and all the other highlights side by side with what you're seeing right now. So just hit the big red button on that TV remote of yours and the highlights will be right there for you. D-Reek did have a spin as I was saying that, but Sky Q and Sky Glass is way more important. As he spun twice as D-Reek, he's down to P9. He's lost his front left end plate as well. He spins into the wall, and that's a DNF. He spun completely on his own there. That's a DNF. Is that going to be a safety car? I'm looking at the track map. It is. It's a full safety car. A full safety car's come out. So Bonge's 5-second gap has just resulted into nothing. Funky Cactus, you cursed it. You have cursed it. That means a safety car has come out. I mean, not too sure what D-Reek was doing. Not too sure what D-Reek was doing. He just tried to accelerate maximum on the grass, which is never going to work. Funky's getting excited in the chat. I mean, this is terrible news for Bonge and great news for 5. He's in the pits. So 5 crown at the restart. Unless Bonge pits, no, he should be alright. I was going to say, if the gap was big enough, then 5 would be a whole pit stop ahead, but the gap should be large enough for Bonge to stay out ahead of 5. And he should be pitting. I think we're not that far away from the soft runners pitting anyway, but they should have been able to go a little bit longer than this. This is the main thing now I'm going to look out. Is Bonge going to come into the pits? He has to. It's a no-brainer. Yeah, he's going to come into the pits. Is he going to speed? Just keeps it. Yeah. And he should be going to the medium tyre. If he goes on the hards, he's going to be a lot slower. Yeah, I can see his lovely Williams mechanics holding the medium tyres in their hands. Who is he going to come out ahead of? So he's gonna come out in P2, Ronin with a penalty. I didn't quite catch that. Is it a 3-second time penalty or a 5? Let's have a look. Penalty. So it's a 3-second time penalty. Ronin shouldn't get that removed. So Bonge technically retains his lead. And D-Reek, you don't have to apologise. Yeah, you don't have to apologise. It's just a mistake. But yeah, so Bonge not on track, but after penalties, Bonge is still technically in the lead of this race. 5 Crown didn't actually gain any positions, but after the pit stops I assume he'll gain 2, on top of the ones that he may or may not gain on track, considering Ronan didn't pit yet. That's not great for Ronan, considering he's on the mediums. That's a poorly timed safety car. Same for Teddy Ruxpin. And the same for Loki, but now Loki came into the pits to fit the hard tyre. Interesting. That's an interesting strategy. Mr. Tallow also pit for the hards. He's down P6. Technically, after penalties, he'll be in P4. But I'm sure with all the traffic, Ronan may pull away from him. But yeah, Derek, you don't have to apologise. You had dirty tyres, you had half a wing left, and you won the grass. So, yeah, that's just how it is, unfortunately. The pack is quite spread out at the moment. I'm sure that all of them, apart from Puenheimer and Loki, will catch up by the end of next lap. So, at the very latest, in 2 laps' time, we'll be going racing. Yeah, I highly doubt that Puenheimer and Loki will catch at the end of this lap. Whether or not the game cares or not, I don't know. But the incident's cleared, so... I think for Bonge now, it's a bit of a dilemma because he can risk the overtake on Ronan. It could, end the disaster for him. Ronan shouldn't really be defending too hard, considering they're on different strategies. But if he does choose to do so, which he has every right to do, and it can always end in disaster for Bonge. But he also needs to consider the fact that he needs to pull the gap. He needs the gap. He needs as much of a gap to 5 crown as he can, because he does need to finish ahead to keep those championship hopes alive. Which at the moment he is the championship leader, I believe. No, okay, no, he won't be. He's 18 points, so no. On track, Bonge is not the championship leader, but after penalties, he is. By, what would that be? He's got the fastest lap at the moment, so he will be championship leader by 6 points. 5 or 6 points is Bonge at the moment, as it stands, but still 22 laps to go, so anything can happen. Those 10 laps have flown by, to be honest with you. That is, really flown by, considering how spread out everyone was. But yeah, as I thought, those 2 guys at the back are not going to be catching up. We have just entered Sector 3. I'm not sure if the safety car's coming in or not. I don't think it is. If it is, I did miss the message. But Ron's backing up a little bit, so it might be. No, it's definitely not. So safety car out for 1 more lap, and I assume that will be the final lap, considering the guys at the back have now caught up pretty much. So this should hopefully be the last lap of safety car, and we can get back to racing. There's the driverless safety car. I always find that funny. Driverless safety car makes his way around the track. Looking at all the strategies, Rabid Mirror, he came in the pits for the soft tyre. So I highly doubt he'll be making it to the end. He should be making another stop. Same for Nicholas. Teddy Ruxpin might struggle, but in turn he should make it to the end. He'll just be quite a lot slower than the other medium runners. Bonge is the only medium runner on track with 1 lap old tyres. He's got the youngest of everyone, the youngest mediums of everyone. He shouldn't have too much challenge from Rux in behind, considering on the same tyre he was quicker than him, and now he's got that softer compound, so he should be pulling away from Rux. Shame for being a leader on a safety car restart in Imola, because the line is so close to the exit corner. Yeah, safety car on this lap, but you can see the gap between the finish line and turn 1 is so massive that even if you do get the jump and the guy behind, he'll probably be challenging you even still into turn 1. So Ronan has to do some sort of mega restart in order to feel no pressure behind from Bonge, or Bonge has to get it super wrong. Now they'll be warming up their tyres, getting ready to go racing once more on what will be lap 12 of the race. Safety car now in the pit lane, and we are going racing. Ronin decided to go a bit early, but Bonge is tucking in the slipstream, using the overtake. I don't think he'll be close enough into turn 1. No, he won't, as Ronin isn't using his battery. In fact, that's one thing that Ronin's been so good at, is saving his battery this season. Ruxian is not going to be challenging either. I think everyone's single file into turn 1. Nothing really going on, as Bonge is having a look down the inside of Ronin. That's going to be a massive risk into that corner. He's going to get a bit of a switchback though. Oh no, he just goes a bit wide himself. Is he going to risk it into the chicane? No, he's onto the hairpin. Apologies. No, he's not. He did think about it, as Ronin goes a little bit wide and exit. He's going to use his overtake. Is he going to look for a move into this left-hander? That's going to be risky. No, he's not. So that has now enabled Ruxian to hang on to the back of them. Not sure how much longer we'll be able to stick there, considering both of the guys ahead are on mediums, Ronin on aging mediums. Quinheimer picks up a 3-second time penalty, as did Apollo. He's on 12 seconds on lap 12. So he's got 1 second for every lap raced. Has Apollo. Ruxian goes a little bit deep into the chicane. He's going to lose quite a lot of time. He's now 8 tenths behind. And I'm going to stick on board with these guys, and only these guys. But looking further back, 5 Crown has gained 1 position on Quinheimer at the restart. So he is now got another point to his name if it finishes like this. But now Bonge is a lot closer than he was on the restart using overtake. He's going to be in the slipstream looking for a move into turn 1. I'm assuming Ronin's using his. Oh, he's just got really low wings. As he's getting closer, closer, closer. He's going to fake to the inside. Nothing doing there. Is Ronin going to make the same mistake he did before? No, he's not. And for now, Bonge has to stick behind. But no rush. No rush for Bonge. He is leading the race, technically, as Ronin has got a track limit penalty, but he does go a little bit deep, does the McLaren, and that's going to put Bonge right on the back of him. I think Ruxian's had a bit of an incident. Let's go on board with him. Yes, he has. Look at that. He's all the way around. That's going to enable 5 Crown to gain another free couple of points. So now 5 Crown reducing that deficit. Still hasn't got the championship lead, technically, but the race isn't over yet. Minerali. Ronin clobbered the curve now. He's going to get a really poor exit into the chicane. Are we going to see a move from Bonge? He fakes to the inside. No, he's going to back out. Probably the clever thing to do. He's going to try and get a good exit. And he does. Ronin goes a little bit wide. He's going to get a great exit. Ronin squeezes him but leaves him the space. And I'm pretty sure Bonge is away and clear. Bonge is away and clear. He's in the lead. Defense to the inside. Nothing to do there. You can't stick out on the outside. I eat my words though, but yeah, there's just no space. For Ronin, he gets a poor exit, but now look at this, down the straight, he is going to have the slipstream, but he's not going to use his overtake. I think he has realised that he's on a different strategy, he's on aging tyres, and because of that, Rabbit Mirror is just going to breeze on by. Is he going to challenge Bonge into turn 1? Rabbit not in this championship battle, no pressure on him then. But no, he's just a little bit too far back. He gained so much time. DRS not enabled just yet. I think it was enabled that lap, or this lap, sorry. So, Rabbit wouldn't have got any sort of benefit from that. Remember, Rabbit is on the soft tyre, so if I was Bonge right now, I'd be thinking of making way for Rabbit, letting him through without losing much time, and just tuck in the slipstream and follow. Looking further down the pack, Teddy Ruxpin and Mr. Taddo are going to go side by side. I did see that gap go down. They're going to go side by side. Is that going to enable 5 Crown to sneak past any of them? No, it's not. Almost made a bit of contact. 5 did the smart thing and backed out. Teddy Ruxpin picks up a 3-second time penalty just ahead, so he went a little bit wide. I did see him do that. Is there going to be any sort of move going into the chicane? 5 Crown baits to the inside. Taddo falls for it, but he defends well. They do make a little bit of contact. Taddo stays ahead. 5 Crown kind of needs to make this move ASAP. He's losing so much time to everyone ahead of him doing this, so he needs to get ahead of Taddo. Bonge is now 8 tenths clear on the medium tyre. He does set the fastest lap of the race, an 18 flat. Got 3rd and 4th battling. Nicholas Breezes on by, so we'll go back down to 5 Crown, who is fighting someone else who also has DRS. Mr. Taddo and 5 Crown, the Mercedes and the Ferrari, going side by side. Nothing doing for Taddo into turn 1, and 5 Crown gets ahead and up into P7. Good move there from 5 Crown. Looking further back up the pack. We had Nicholas who just breezed past Ronin. Ronin getting a little bit twitchy and exit. I mean, that safety car just ruined Ronin's race, didn't it? He's on 14 lap old mediums. When he pits, he'll be dead last. Oh, yeah, I'm talking about the aging tyres. He gets a lot of oversteer on the exit there. I know he'd still be struggling the most out of anybody on that corner, I think. Mira has kept it within that 1 second gap to Bonge, and I'm assuming he's going to be making some sort of move into turn 1. They are quite close, 5 temps now. Will he go using the overtake? Yes, he will. Bonge won't be, but he hasn't really got much to use. Mira sets the fastest lap of the race, half a temp up on Bonge's previous best, and yeah, he'll just breeze past the Williams. Not much Bonge could have done there, not much he really needs to do. He has still got the lead of the race, considering Rabbit's on a different strategy and has a penalty. This is quite a good situation for Bonge, because the guy ahead of him is on a different strategy with a penalty, and the guy behind is on a different strategy and 1.6 behind. So not really too much pressure for him, and the guy, in fact, the guy behind him is Ronin, who's also on a different strategy. So Bonge is in the best position to win this race at the moment. He just needs to stick with Rabbit if he can. Gap 7 tenths of a second. He's going to struggle considering the tyre difference, but 6 lap old softs on Rabbit's car, and not too much longer away from the crossover point between the mediums and the softs. Yeah, above 1 second, he just doesn't have the grip. There's Bonge. He's not even going to try and get the DRS. If he used overtake, he would have had it, but no, he's not actually that bothered. We have got a yellow flag for Mr. Tado, I believe. Yeah, Mr. Tado had a bit of an incident. I don't think he lost any positions because of that. Funky, yeah, you have to give it to him. It's been a decent recovery drive there for 5 from 13th and dead last. Safety car helped him, yeah, but because he was 13th dead last and a pit stop behind. Safety car helped him, but you still got to give it to him. He's gained 7 positions after the restart, and he is doing very well for himself in P6. And he is chasing down the Aston Martin of Sorel Apollo. And then right, Loki comes into the pits. I assume he's got damage because he's on 8 lap old hards. So I assume he had some sort of damage. That's the reason for that pit stop. Yeah, he's changing his front wing. Doesn't look damaged. But yeah, he's changing his front wing. That's going to be destroyed on Loki's race. Bit of fighting in the midfield. We've got Prenheimer and Teddy Ruxpin having a go at each other, both with penalties. I think Teddy Ruxpin has more of them. Still fighting like they haven't got them. And Teddy Ruxpin gets ahead of Prenheimer. Decent move from the Williams. But Prenheimer will come back at him in the DRS zone. He is a little bit far back, but we'll see what he can do. Can he claw some time back in the penultimate corner? And on the exit the corner, he gets a brilliant exit actually. And Teddy Ruxpin peels off into the pits after getting a 3-second time penalty. Now Nicholas has overtaken Bonge. I'm not sure what the gap was, whether Bonge made a mistake or not. I don't think he did. But yeah, that's not really good for Bonge, because he's just going to lose time. I don't think he made a mistake considering the gap between himself and Rabbit. So Nicholas just on the faster tyre at the moment. It won't be for much longer. Crown's going to be looking at Apollo. He's using his overtake. Is he going to go for it? No, he's not. Nicholas picks up another penalty. Crown getting held up quite a lot here behind the Aston Martin. He should cruise past him in the straights as Apollo picks up another penalty. He's going to get disqualified if he's not careful. Let's go back up to the fight for P2. Bonge is 6 tenths behind the Ferrari of Nicholas. It's getting a little bit darker now, I can see, but I was told by the drivers it is a dry race. 6 tenths now, the gap between Bonge and Nicholas. Bonge doesn't need to fight this. He needs to just do whatever he can to lose as little time as possible. Yeah, he's not using his overtake. He's actually clawed back quite a lot. And just a few laps to go, and I think we've got an incident at the back. Is there going to be a safety car? Wenheimer's retired from the session on the exit of the last corner. There is there. He's got no front wing, and I don't think he's got a front left wheel either. But only a yellow flag, so no safety car. 5 Crown having to go. at Apollo, and he forces him. Oof. 5 Crown forced him a bit wide there as Apollo's now retired from the session. Was that 5 Crown's fault? And a safety car's come out. A safety car's come out. 5 Crown might have just taken out Apollo and caused the safety car. Someone clip that, watch it back and let me know, please. Yeah, Funky, you're quite active in chat. Same for Brando. Please clip that and have a look. But from what I saw, I think 5 Crown left no space for Apollo, sent him into the gravel, and then, which sent him into the wall and DNF'd him. If that is deemed to be 5 Crown's fault, DNFing another driver is quite a hefty penalty. But yeah, Funky or Brando, if you could please clip that and let me know what you guys think. See who's coming into the pits. Bonge is into the pits, same for 5. All of the top 5 come into the pits. Here comes Bonge for the soft tyre. Yeah, that's the sensible thing to do, I think. He's going to get... Oh, he's getting held up. He's not going. Oh, no, it's just a... No, it was just a bit of a game glitch there. So with 12 laps to go, safety car coming out due to an incident between 5 Crown and Apollo. From what I remember, so 5 and Apollo were fighting into that quick left-hander, and 5 forced Apollo a bit deep, which meant he got the switchback for the second part of the corner. They went side by side. Apollo was on the inside, 5 Crown on the outside, and they made a bit of contact. Apollo got sent onto the gravel, and that was it. Apollo lost control in the gravel. Not much he could have done. Rando says DSQ the cheater. But I feel so bad for Bonge here. I mean, he was dominating the race earlier. Yeah, he was dominating the race earlier. Safety car came out, destroyed his gap. He worked hard for it. Oh, was it hit? They hit. Nicholas and Bonge have hit. That was quite a big hit. Is that damage? And that's a 5-second time penalty for Bonge and a 5-second time penalty. 5-second time penalty for everyone. Oh. There's been a massive incident. Nicholas and Bonge came together. That's what I saw. I'm not sure whose fault it was, to be honest. I was looking at the track map to see the gaps. So I didn't see that. I only saw the last part of it, and about 5 people picked up a 5-second penalty. Someone just came into the pits. Teddy Ruxpin and Paperstream just come into the pits. Don't believe that'll be damage for Bonge. It was quite a big hit though, and this is getting quite heated. Is the word I'm looking for. But yeah, I just feel so bad for Bonge. He had the perfect race. He had a 5-second gap. He was cruising out front, setting fastest lap after fastest lap. It was all there for him. Safety car comes out. He retains his lead, considering that Ronan ahead of him had a penalty. And he gets overtaken by 2 guys on a different strategy, so still kind of technically had the lead. And then safety car comes out again, and now everyone resets. Yeah, it's tough to write me. It's being manipulated, man. Yeah, I feel so bad for Bonge right now. He is ahead though, so but as it stands, the championship is still alive for Bonge. It is still alive. So it's still possible for him to win the championship. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to pull up the point system, as I'm a terrible F1 fan. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Let's have a look. So, as it stands, Bonge is scoring 12 points and 5 is scoring 6. So the gap between them as it stands is 14 points. So still be, if it finishes like this, it'll be so tricky for Bonge to pull it back. Is the safety car coming in this lap? Am I being a terrible commentator and not realising? No, I'm not. No, yes I am. So safety car came in this lap. I'm a terrible commentator. Rabbit has got the jump on Ruxian. They're going to go side by side. Nicholas is going to have a look. Almost makes it free. Why did... I think Nicholas just took him out. I think Nicholas just hit the rear of Ruxian. Put him into the wall, and Ruxian's race is over. Lucky it wasn't a DNF for him. Bonge is going to have a look at Nicholas. He defends to the inside. He's going to make his way around the outside, and he gets the move done. What a move from Bonge. I'm not sure if Nicholas has got damage. Even still, what a move from Bonge. I think Nicholas just slammed the rear of Ruxian. How that wasn't a DNF, I don't know. That was ridiculous. As Bonge hit the grass, he's got a 3-second time penalty. That was such a stupid penalty there for Bonge to do. He goes onto the grass and gets up a 3-second time penalty. That's really bad now. He's technically behind 5 Crown, I believe. No, I don't think he is, actually, but we've got a bit of a battle here on into the chicane. Nicholas and Ronin going side by side. Nicholas definitely doesn't have damage, I don't think. Yeah, no, look at the front wing. It's completely fine. And this is going to be a race that goes to the stewards, I think. I mean, according to the chat, I think it was Nicholas's fault about the safety car contact. So whether Bonge's 5-second time penalty is going to get removed or not, I'm not sure. Not sure about the other guys. Let's have a look at the detailed penalties at the moment. And look at that. So with Bonge an 8-second time penalty, 5 of those seconds should be removed. And he's definitely the quickest man on track, as he was earlier. He's all over the back of Rabbit. Is he going to make move for the lead into the hairpin? No, just slightly too far back. He needs to get ahead as quick as he can. 5 Crown has now got ahead of his teammate. He's up into P4. He's now scoring 12 points. I mean, this has just been Bonge. He's done everything right today. Apart from that one penalty, he's done everything right. Quickest man on track by a country mile. Pole positions by 6 attempts. Has a 5-second gap, and safety cars just absolutely ruining it for him. Yeah, I mean, that's terrible at the best of times, but when you're fighting for the championship, it's just even worse. And there's only 2 rounds to go, including this one. Rabbit Mirror's going to look to defend his lead by quite a lot. DRS enabled, fastest lap for Bonge. I mean, that's an extra point for him at least. If it's any consolation of the events that have happened so far. Too far back on this occasion is Bonge. Bonge is going to be kicking himself for that 3-second time penalty. I mean, he's on the grass. For goodness sake, you know. It was right here where it happened. If you did miss it, I'll show you. He was right here on the grass, the right-hand side, on this right-hand kink. He just cut across the grass and got a 3-second penalty for it. I mean, that's such a silly way. Non-right bloke, he retires in the pits and leaves the session. He's had enough. As Rabbit Mirror's had a terrible exit out of Aqua Minerale, I believe that's called, and they go side by side into the chicane. Rabbit Mirror's going to try and stick it around the outside, but nothing doing in there. But remember, Rabbit will have DRS on the main straight. Not much Bonge could have done other than kind of try and go for the move. Rabbit's going to back out the throttle. Bonge is going to defend to the inside. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Bonge now loses the position. Is he going to be under pressure from running? I think Bonge tried to let Rabbit look by for the DRS. I think Rabbit tried to let him past. I don't know who got it. No, Rabbit got it. I think, yeah, that was... Wow. That was mental. As Rabbit goes a bit deep into the first corner, he's going to get a poor exit now. Bonge is going to use this overtake. He did make this move here, rounding outside for Nicholas. Is he going to try it again? No, he's not. Gets a bit of a squeeze from the AlphaTauri, but he has to stay behind as Ronin almost runs into the rear of the Williams. Oh my goodness me, this is all heating up in Imola. This has been the Grand Prix we could have hoped for. Oh, Bonge has lost it. He keeps it out of the wall. What a save from Bonge, but he lost the position. And no, look who's right behind him. Look who's behind Bonge. His championship rival, 5 Crown, is right behind Bonge. Bonge lost the rear, and now, from last on the grid, over a pit stop behind, 5 Crown's going to look to make the move. He does lose the rear. a little bit, so he'll probably lose the DRS, but now this it's just been the worst outcome for Bonge. 5 Crown does go wide there, but the game just doesn't like to give you penalties on this track. You can kind of abuse it, but what a save. Yeah, I mean, Funky can't really put that into words how good that save was. I thought he was heading for the wall. I thought his race was over, to be honest with you. I thought the championship was just gone in that one very moment, but yeah, I mean, 5 Crown hasn't had a very good Sector 3, so Bonge is going to look to make up for that mistake. Ronin went a bit deep into turn 1, so he has caught up again, and he's pulled away from 5 Crown a little bit. I mean, look, Bonge is going to be pushing so hard. He's fastest by a country mile at the moment. He's like 2.5 tenths improvement in Sector 1. He's so much quicker than Ronin and Rabid. Yeah, I just saw that. Rabid moved, went a little bit wide. He's just picked up a 6 second or 3 seconds worth of time penalties to add to his current 3. So he's now sort of 6 seconds. 5 Crown is off the pace at the moment. He's lost another 2 tenths. As Ronin picks up a time penalty. He's now got 11 seconds total. Bonge is going to be on the rear of him. He's using his overtake already. He needs to be careful. He doesn't run out here. I mean, look at Ronin. He's got a little bit more than the Williams of Bonge. Out the last corner we go. 5 Crown's pulled another 2 tenths in that last sector. Rabid's going to defend, or sorry, put up the slipstream. Bonge is having none of it. He's just going to stick in a straight line. Rabid, if you are listening to the stream, that swerving is legal, but you're just losing time doing it. As Ronin, oh my goodness, look at that! Look at the how much of a better exit Ronin got. He's going to try and challenge. No, he's just a little bit too far back. Is he going to be able to do anything? Oh, it's a touch! Ronin goes right into the rear of him. Bonge has to slam on the brakes, and that means 5 Crown is going to get ahead. 5 Crown and Bonge going. 5's going to go round the outside of Bonge. Has to stay behind. Bonge had to slam on the brakes. What kind of luck can Bonge get tonight? I mean, he's gained the position, but Ronin's just spun. Well, he hit the rear, sorry, of Rabid. Bonge had to avoid the incident. Well played for him doing so. And now look at this. 5 Crown, his championship rival, is right on the rear of him. And if both of their penalties get removed, he's got less of a time penalty compared to Bonge. He does go a bit wide there. That's going to be a bit of a disadvantage. But oh my goodness, can Bonge get any sort of luck in this race? This is insane. And I don't know. They're not sure there's much he can do now. On the straight, he's just going to get absolutely driven past by 5. It's not going to be fair. Into turn 1. This has been probably one of the best races, if not the best race of the season. I'm so happy to commentate over it. Here they go then into turn 1. I think 5 is going to be ahead before the braking zone. He does defend to the inside. He's going to be compromised on the exit. Look at the switchback Bonge is going to get. Now, is he going to challenge? Is he going to try and do what he did on the other Ferrari? He's just going to opt for the inside line. 5 isn't going to defend, and he is going to back out. Not going to risk it too much, but the championship is slipping away as he's gone wide in the gravel. That's probably another warning there for Bonge, as he's struggling to stay behind. So from the perfect race to Bonge to an absolute nightmare, 5 Crown has made his way back up from last, a pit stop behind. Safety cars helped him, but it doesn't really matter. And he's up into P2 and ahead of Bonge. How desperate is Bonge going to be? I mean, he's doing so well as 5 Crown loses the rear. Twice, in fact, is Bonge to get a run into the chicane. Probably isn't the best place to overtake, but I think for 5, he just needs to defend for his life. As he's doing his Bonge's round! Bonge's round! Bonge has spun on the exit of the chicane, and the championship at the moment is gone. 5 Crown has taken the lead of the championship. He's taken the championship from him. Bonge has spun. He has lost it. As it stands now, 5 Crown is your Division 2 champion. But there's still 4 laps to go. Oh, I'm now losing my breath here. Bonge just spun it on his own. This is the worst possible race. He's going to come to the pits. Please don't retire, Bonge. Please don't retire. I'm begging you not to. And he's retired from the session. Bonge has given up. Oh no. So that means, as it stands, 5 Crown is scoring 18 out of the 7 points that he needs to be champion. And he's just got another 4 laps to seal the deal. I don't know why Bonge is retired there. I mean, and he's left the set. Why is he retired? I mean, Don't really know what to say, to be honest. Bond's just given up, he's retired from the session. So at the moment, after all of this drama, 5 Crown is going to be champion of Division 2 one round before the end. Yeah, Pokemon, I'm asking the same question why he retired. You might as well stay in it. But at the moment, as it stands, I'm going to just stick with 5. I mean, look at all the gaps. Don't think there's going to be much more overtaking. Brando, you are absolutely correct. That is probably the worst luck I've ever seen in my few years of watching and competing in league racing. Bonge drove flawlessly in the beginning part of the race. He had a 5-second gap, everything. I won't go too much into it because I already have. But, I mean, yeah, that is the worst luck I think I've ever seen in all my league racing experience. That's, yeah, that is insane. The amount of bad luck that he has had. But, I mean, looking at just switching to a more positive note, just think of the exciting race we've had, you know? I mean, this has probably been the best race of the season. Couldn't have hoped for much more. The only thing we could have hoped for is Bond still being in this race. And apart from that, I think this is probably the ideal race we could have had. But at the moment, it is looking like it's going to go the way of 5 Crown. He has lost a bit of time to Rabbit Mirror ahead of him, but I mean, I don't think he cares at the moment. I think he's got the gap behind. It's his teammate behind him as well, so even if it does catch up, I highly doubt Nicholas would even have a go at him. And I'm just going to stick with him. I mean, you can't fault 5 though. I mean, what a drive he's had. He had that incident with his teammate. Not really anyone's fault. That was a racing incident. And he's recovered it up to P2, even with the safety cars. It's still impressive. One thing I have just remembered is, with Bond retiring, if he hadn't have done that, he would have scored points. There's still a chance that 5 could get quite a hefty penalty because of him potentially taking out Apollo. So Bonge might... Oh, and he wouldn't have known that, to be fair to Bonge, but Bonge might have just thrown it away completely on his own if 5 Crown does get a penalty. But at the moment, we're not sure whose fault it is between him and Apollo, whether it's a racing incident. Definitely not Apollo's fault. Yeah, definitely not Apollo's fault. Teddy Ruxpin is retired in the pits. He's given up. Yeah, so definitely wasn't Apollo's fault. It's either a racing incident or 5's fault. From what I remember, I think I'm leaning more towards 5's fault, but I can't make too much of a judgment considering I don't really remember it that well. So now this is it for 5 Crown. This is the last lap of the race. He's just got one more lap to keep it pointing in a straight line to get the championship. One race before the end. Bonge has been an incredible challenger all season. He drove so well in this race. Yeah, I mean, it just got taken away from him with those safety cars. I mean, look, yeah, I think 5 is driving quite cautiously at the moment. Can't really blame him. Yes, D-Rec, there will be a season 3. There definitely is going to be a season 3. It's 5 Crown now coming towards the end of Sector 2. He's just got one more sector of track to go. But when he gets to the line, he's lifting. Alright, so 5 Crown is currently driving extremely slowly. What he's doing, I'm not sure. Whether I think he might be trying to finish next to Nicholas. I think that's what they're doing. Normally these guys are in a party, so I'm assuming these guys are communicating it. But we will go on board with 5 Crown as the time has come for him. The 2 Ferraris are going to cross the line in formation. Rabbit Mirror, I'm very sorry that I missed out on your winning. But Rabbit Mirror wins the race, and look at this, 5 Crown, he's driving really well all season, he's going to come across the line, and 5 Crown 962C is champion of Division 2, one race before the season, and look at that, the 2 Ferraris in formation, side by side across the line, here they are, 5 Crown on the inside, What a way to end it. What a season. We've still got one more to go, but what a season of battling it's been. So unlucky for Bonge. So unlucky, but it's over. That is it. Championship has been sealed. 5 Crown is your Division 2 champion in RF1. Yeah, Nicholas in P3, Paperstream in P4, Tado in P5, Ronin in P6, and Ruxin at the back will be finishing P7. Yeah, so that is it then. That was a really good race. Yeah, Funky, that was cool. 5 Crown is your champion. 2 Ferraris crossing the line in formation. So I will definitely be looking to get the interview sorted in just a moment's time after the results screen. But just for everyone, can we just appreciate Bronze, please? I mean, this is it for safety. I think this is it for his league racing. I think he's stopping league racing now. Yeah, he's been doing it for quite a while. He's been in it since F1 2012, I believe, and he's had lots of ups, lots of downs, and shame he couldn't challenge for the championship in this one. But yeah, I think that's it for Bonge's league racing. That was the podium celebration. We'll check for the results screen, and then I will look to get the interview sorted. But my driver of the day is Bonge. My driver of the day is Bonge. I'm sure a lot of people can agree with that. Not sure, we're not really bothered what the game says, but yeah, my driver of the day is Bonge. Yeah, there you go, 5 Crown at P2. He is champion. So we'll get this on the screen. Not fault 5. I think he's had that incident, but yeah, you can't really fault him. He's done really well all season. Just got lucky in this last race, but can't win without luck. No championship in history has ever been won without luck. I will now look to get the interviews sorted. Yeah, that was what a race that was, actually, to be honest with you. Let's get these guys in the party. Such a good race. I don't think we could have asked for much more in terms of, you know, ending the championship fight like that. Still got one more round to go. So I'm trying to get these guys in the party for the interviews. Hopefully they join. They're looking pretty reluctant to do so. I apologise if they don't. I mean, yeah, at the moment it doesn't look like they're joining the party, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do the interviews, which is a shame because I did want to interview 5, but they're not joining the party, so no interviews, I'm afraid. But there you can see on the screen, 5 Crown is Division 2 champion. Yes, Derek, the race should be on YouTube. I believe we normally do it. If not, the entire race is just going to be here on Twitch. You can just rewatch the stream here on Twitch once I've ended it. It will be on here. But yeah, there won't be any interviews because they aren't joining the party, so I think we just might as well end it right there. I do thank you all for watching, and see you next week. Oh no, 5 Crown's asking for an invite. Oof, I almost ended it. I almost ended it right there. 5 Crown is now, I just asked for an invite. Ah, my party encountered an error. Give me a moment, 5. My party is messing up. Ah, okay, I'm going to join 5's party. My party's glitching, that's why. So if I join 5 now, I'll sort the invites out. Yeah. parties are not working. So to 5, I'm trying to join a 5's party and it's not working, and my invites are not working to the other guys. This is annoying. Yeah, 5, I know you're in the chat. It's not letting me join your party. I'm assuming it's not letting you join mine. No idea why. Like I'm pressing your invite and yeah, I'm pressing your invite and nothing happens. I literally press your invite and nothing happens. So don't think we're gonna get interviews. I'm afraid. I'll invite you one more time, 5. We'll try one more time, and if it doesn't work, then I think we'll have to. Call it a day on trying. I did just invite you, 5. Hopefully you got that. No, okay. Parties are not working. Technical difficulties have destroyed us, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know what I can do about that. I'm afraid. So yeah, I am going to end the stream there. Division 1 is going to be in 35 minutes time. If it doesn't get cancelled, I'm not sure what the numbers are looking like. But if it doesn't, and in 35 minutes time, Division 1 will be live and underway for qualifying. Myself should be racing if the race goes ahead. But yeah, that has been the Imola GP. 5 Crown is champion. And see you. And we'll be back next week for Brazil, the season finale. 5 Crown looking to end the season on a high. Can't really get much higher than what he's done now. There is some other championship spots to be decided and done. A few constructor spaces to be decided as well. So make sure you're tuning into that, as it's not all over. Only the championship has been wrapped up. But yeah. So from me personally and everyone at RF1, we'll be back next week.